Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Armory. Welcome to X. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to the Arsenal Newcastle match preview, which obviously kicks off at 4:30 today. So we're just going to quickly get into it today. We're going to try and do this as quick as possible today. Right, so since the start of the Premier League, we have played Newcastle 59 times, drawn 11. Arsenal 35 wins, 22 at home, 13 away. 13 Newcastle wins, 9 at home, 4 away. Recent meetings, obviously we're at the Emirates, so the last two 4-1 win to Arsenal and a 0-0 as well. I would say it's a bogey team, but it's a team that we do occasionally struggle against, mainly their tactics, and I have no issues with their tactics. It's however you win a game. But we do find it hard to break it down. Obviously, I know that if you look at the 4-1, that was a different situation. End of season, it's just different. But when there's something to play for, which there definitely is for both teams today, I do expect them to be quite a challenge. Obviously, it's not prediction time right now, but I do expect them to be quite a challenge today. And I'm not exactly looking forward to the game. I'll be honest. Recent form. So Newcastle have had 3 wins in 5. We've had 1 win in 5. Yeah. So there's that. This is where we both are. We're currently in second. They're in third. We've won 18. They've won 20. We've drawn 14. They've only drawn 6. They've lost 10 now. We've only lost 4. Goals scored per game is 1.8 for Arsenal, 1.9 for Newcastle. Goal conversion rate is 13% for Arsenal, 14% for Newcastle. Goals conceded per game is 0.9 for Arsenal, 1.3 for Newcastle. Chances created per game, literally saying 2.9. Clean sheets, they've had 1 more than us. They've had 13, we've had 12. Home form for Arsenal is played 18, won 10, drawn 6, lost 2. Goals scored per game is 34, goals conceded 17. Away form for Newcastle is played 18, won 8, drawn 4, lost 6. Goals scored 28, goals conceded 26. Look at the way that they play. It's fairly similar. Possession, we do like to boss it a little bit more than most teams. They're on 50.9%, so they're okay with not having the ball. Shots on target per game for Arsenal is 4.6, Newcastle 4.6. Big chances missed, 66 for us, 59 for them. Accuracy in passes, about 50 passes in it. Our accuracy is slightly better. Accuracy in long balls, 16.5 compared to Newcastle, 17.8. Crosses, not much in it, if I'm honest. Fouls per match, again, not much in it. So, yeah, it's not too bad. Big up to the 48 people already watching. I know it's very early in the UK and whatever time you are. Big up to you for watching. Goals. Right, 66 for Arsenal, 68 for Newcastle. They've had 49 from open play, 12 from set pieces, 5 penalties, 2 own goals. We've had 66 goals, 48 from open play, 14 set pieces, 2 penalties, and 2 own goals. Right, so the important factor for later as well for the challenge is the injury list. So currently, Tomiyasu is out, obviously, for the season. Gabriel and Jesus, both out for the season. Timber, Havertz are doubts. There's technical question marks on Rice and Trossard, but I think they could be fine. Marino is also suspended. Target is out till late May. Trippier is out till late May. Joel Linton is out till early next month. And Lewis Hall is out till late June. And Willock and Botman are doubts. So that is the current situation. Let's get into my 5 to watch, because this is where we got to talk about the important factors of the game. But these are my 5 to watch for Newcastle. Okay, so it was a bit difficult actually. I do struggle sometimes just narrowing it down to 5, and I think where they're going to win it today is probably midfield. So I've gone with Tonali and Guimaraes because I do think that those two have been absolutely sublime this season, and I do think we're going to struggle in the midfield. Odegaard has not been performing well, so yeah, and I don't know if Declan Rice is going to be fit enough to start. Thomas Partey, you know, there's a situation that's being dealt with, and let's see how his head is by next week, because supposedly he's meant to be signing a new contract, but I'm not 100% sure, if I'm honest. Big up to Temi. Is Oliver Glasner better than Arteta too? Well, he's had a better season, hasn't he? Let's be honest. Big up to Temi saying evening, and the season is over anyway. It is over anyway, but we need to, like I've put it on the thumbnail, we need to show the fans what we're looking forward to next season. Any truth to it? Yes, there is plenty. Plenty of truth. And you will all find out about 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, you will find out the start of our business. So yeah, it's all good. All good in the hood, mate. Right. Next two I've talked about is Jacob Murphy, who I'll be honest, a couple of years ago didn't like him, didn't understand the whole fuss about him, if I'm honest. But now he's very good. He's absolutely sublime this season. And last season, in all fairness, he's just Eddie Howe, which is why I think that Eddie Howe should be considered by us. Because I just think he gets the best out of players that are just struggling. I think he'd get the best out of Martinelli. I think he'd get the best out of Odegaard. I think he'd get the best out of you name it. Probably Kai as well, in all fairness. But, no one wants to sack Arteta right now. And all right, that's fine. He's got next season, and then I'm guessing everyone will be on the same bandwagon regarding that he has to win something. So we'll go from there. But yeah, for me, Jacob Murphy it's so dangerous, and it tells you there 12 assists. He's got 12 assists, and I guarantee 3-4 years ago you would have looked at it and gone, "How on earth is he at Newcastle?" And I think some of Newcastle fans even said that as well. So, but yeah, Anthony Gordon, well known that we've got a big interest in him, and rightly so, because he is a dangerous little winger. I like his mentality, but yeah, he's going to be a problem against, I'm going to guess, Ben White today. Obviously, we're going to battles in a minute. Finally, Isaac. How can I not talk about him? For me, never going to come to Arsenal now. That situation is dealt with, but he is quality. And you can see why Newcastle wouldn't want to sell him for unless they get a certain amount of money for him. It does make sense. So yeah, there are my 5 to watch. But what's important now, actually, is the comment. Good morning. It's 3 a.m. and just walked in the door from work right on time. Big up to BX. Hope work wasn't too bad, mate. And I hope you do manage to get some sleep soon as well. But this won't take long, I promise, BX. I'm going to do this as quick as possible today. But yes, let's get into the battles. From the heathen sky, we don't got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go, I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. Okay, so this was again another tricky one because I'm not 100% sure how they're lining up, how we're lining up. So I've done my best. So I've gone with Odegaard versus Tonali. Now Tonali has been brilliant. Odegaard hasn't. So Odegaard really needs to turn up, especially against a very good midfielder in Tonali. Now, with Lewis Hall out, there's a good chance Livramento plays on the left. So I'm going to go with Saka against Livramento. Now, obviously, it could be Martinelli against Livramento, but I don't know. But either way, whoever's facing him has to be top-notch because Livramento is a very good fullback. So that's a battle that's interesting. Saliba against Isaac. Now, Saliba's had a few moments recently as well. And again, needs to really top of his game today against Isaac, who has got the better of him before. And yeah, we need to make sure that we are on top of him tonight. White against Gordon. Again, I expect Gordon to definitely play down the left, and I do expect White to start. So yeah, that's another interesting battle. And the final two is Lewis Skelly against Murphy. Lewis Skelly has got to be really top notch today because Jacob Murphy is a problem, and he is a real problem. So I've put that in there. And Thomas Partey against Kamara's. They are the fiery parts of our midfield, and they both need to, one, keep it calm. Neither of them need to get sent off, but also just manage that midfield and make sure that they're doing the right things. And yeah, so they're my battles. Now let's get into the people's chosen lineups. Okay, so I'll quickly go through these and quickly rate them. So first team is Raya, White, Saliba, Kivior, Lewis Skelly, Partey, Rice, Waneri, Saka, Martinelli, and Sterling. It's all right. You know what? I have no issues with putting Sterling up front. We've got to try and get use out of him somehow. So I'm going to give that a 7 because it's all right. It's not fantastic, but it's all right. Next team at Raya, White, Saliba, Kivior, Lewis Skelly, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, and Butler Odeji. I'll be honest, 6. I think that will struggle personally. Next two are Raya, White, Saliba, Kivior, Lewis Skelly, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Trossard. I'll give that a 7. That's all right. Next one, Raya, White, Saliba, Kivior, Tierney, Lewis Skelly, Rice, Waneri, Saka, Sterling on the left, Martinelli up front. 6. These aren't the greatest teams today, I have to be honest. Raya, White, Saliba, Kivior, Lewis Skelly, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, and Sterling. 6 again. Final team, Raya, White, Saliba, Kivior, Tierney, Lewis Skelly, Rice, Waneri, Saka, Martinelli, and Sterling. 7. I can't say they're the best teams today. I have to be honest. I suppose part of me is kind of like in a downside of like how I'm feeling towards the team at the moment. You know, with like 2 games left. I'm literally just looking forward to next season now. I'm quite happy not actually do the rest of these games, but I will because I'm an Arsenal fan. But yeah, I'm done if I'm honest this season now. But yeah, so they are the chosen lineups. Now we'll get into the battle or the challenges. So for people that have not played the challenge before, you've got to choose 6 from the Arsenal, 5 from the opposition, no unavailable players. 1 defender, 1 midfielder, 1 forward from the opposition must be selected. Once you select a player, you cannot swap him. Formation of the home team is always selected. Thankfully, it's Arsenal's formation, so it is a 4-3-3. No former players present, squad only. And thanks to Nick, he has given me the idea of putting up the squad list. So there are the squad lists that you can choose from. There are no unavailable players in that squad list. I haven't tricked anybody. They are the available players. Even the doubts are on there. So Willock and Botman are in there. So yeah, I'm going to give you just over 30 seconds to go through that and choose your challenge. AFC always Palace just match Arteta's 750 million 5 phase plan sub trophies. No light bulbs, no lemons, no dog. Mate, don't get me started. There's something else that everyone will find out at some point as well, that the fact that he has just appeared for Arsenal Vision podcast is kind of wrong. There's a lot of fan channels out there, and unless he's going to go and do all the big ones, which I guarantee he won't do, AFTV, it will shock me. I will literally collapse the ground if he did AFTV. He shouldn't do that, because and it doesn't really help Arsenal Vision podcast, in my opinion, because how hard are they going to be on Arteta next season? How hard? Are they going to go full hog when it's all going tits up? Or are they going to go, oh, no, let's blame the owners. No, let's blame injuries. No, let's blame the PMGO. No. Nope. And also how much they pay him, because I guarantee he didn't do that for free. So, yeah. But yeah, it's madness, mate. Anyway, that's that. So you are up against two other people that have taken part in this challenge. So I will score their teams. So we're going to start with Anthony first, who's gone with Raya, Timber, Botman, Saliba, Tierney, Tonali, Guimaraes, Odegaard, Saka, Gordon, Isaac. Now I think for a top score, it's probably a 9. Yeah, probably a 9 max. And this one is an 8. Yeah, that was an 8. Decent, but it's not perfect. Andrea has gone with Raya, Livramento, Saliba, Shah, Lewis, Kelly, Partey, Rice, Willock, Saka, Gordon, and Isaac. Why am I struggling with this one? I have to go with my gut, and it says 7. It's 7's not a bad score. It's everyone's going, oh, 7, yeah, it's an awful score. It's not a bad score, but it's not fantastic. So that gets that gets a 7. Andrea gets a 7. And what's this? Groundteta on trophies is coming. Be a little bit patient. I promise we'll do our best. Well, your best ain't good enough, is it? Correct. All these channels that print up their own shirts. That is what we need. That is what we need. We need that on a shirt. I also need people to stop ruining the shirts that we have by putting lightning bolts all over it. I don't like that. I'm pretty sure everyone knows who I'm on about. But yeah, that lightning bolt is just too much. Too much. It's like you're giving your shirt to, I don't know, nursery and just gone let loose and just drawn all over it. Not for me. Anyway, that's me having a little bit of a mini rant about something else. Right, let's get on to retro challenge now. Okay, so this is very similar to the other challenge. You choose 6 from the Arsenal, 5 from the opposition. Any player from the squad list can be selected. So there will be a squad list that comes up either side. One will be Newcastle, one will be Arsenal. I have chosen a game from our history, and these are the players that played in that game. 1 defender, 1 midfielder, 1 forward from the opposition must be selected. Once you select a player, you cannot swap him. Formation of the home team is still always selected. Let's have a look. If Newcastle win today, they will be the first team to beat Arsenal 4 times in a season. Well, we like breaking records, don't we, mate? Let's see what happens, mate. I'll be honest, it won't shock me if they beat us today at all. Just watch these qualifying highlights and geez, Ferrari are terrible. I haven't seen. Have you seen the Snowder crash? I've seen the Snowder crash. That was awful, and thank goodness for the halo. I've not seen the highlights, but I will be watching the race. I'm sure you will be late as well, BX. But yeah, I think didn't they go out in Q1, like literally. It's quite funny, isn't it? Especially in Italy. I just find that quite funny. So for people that know how much I hate Ferrari, I obviously take a little bit of pleasure out of that. But yeah. Right, anyway, so let's find out what the game is that I picked. So it is back in 1994, 18th of September, Premier League game, Arsenal 2, Newcastle 3. Yes, we did lose to Newcastle back then as well. It was Adams and Wright with the goals for Arsenal. Keown own goal, Peter Beardsley penalty, and a Raw Fox goal as well. But yeah, so these are the teams. So we're going to start with Newcastle. You got Cernacek, Ottiger, Albert, Howie, Peacock, Beresford, Lee, Sellers, Fox, Beardsley, and yes, that Andy Cole. Hooper, Watson, and Maffey were on the bench. Kevin Keegan was their manager. You got Seaman, Dixon, Adams, Keown, Winterburn, Jensen, Schwartz, Parler, Merson, Smith, and Wright were our players. On the bench was Vince Bartram, Selly, and Campbell. So yes, I'm going to give you again 30 seconds to have a bit of a go on this. Very scary crisp. Yeah. Oh, it's incredible, mate. That halo definitely saved his life. So I'm just going to blow my nose. There we go. Do apologise about that. So yeah, I'm just going to give you 30 seconds to do this, and then we'll go on and score the people that have taken part in this. And obviously, if you are watching this on playbacks, obviously this is early, and I know there's a few people that will definitely want to partake in this later. Do put your teams in the comments, and I will score them. But yeah, I will move on now. All right, so you are up against Mikael and Declan. So I'm going to start with Declan first. So Declan's gone with max score. Ooh, it's hard, isn't it? I'm going to have to go at 8. Yeah, I don't feel there's a 9. I think 8. So yeah, 8 max score. Declan's gone with Seaman, Dixon, Albert, Adams, Beresford, Schwartz, Beardsley, Parler, Fox, Merson, Cole. That's 8. I like that. Mikael has gone with Seaman, Dixon, Adams, Howie, Beresford, Sellers, Jensen, Beardsley, Fox, Merson, Wright. 7. I just don't feel an 8 there. Howie was decent, and Scott Sellers was decent, but I'm just not feeling it that much. So yeah, 7 for me, personally. Arsenal fans should leave at full time. Don't applaud Cantetta, and definitely don't listen to his excuses at the speech. Oh mate, you know it's happening. You know it's fully happening. It's going to be absolutely epic. They're going to blame injuries. They're going to blame loads of different things. And I think when Arsenal fans should have realised is after the PSG game. So after the PSG game, for people that don't know, he came out and said that we were the better team. We weren't the better team. And the problem is Arsenal fans will believe that. So yeah, it's not good. How did Arsblog? There we go. Well, yeah, I know. I don't agree with it personally. I don't agree with it. It's good in a way, but only if he does more than just that one. Because I see the kind of stuff that they talk about, and they are the ones that also tell fans to stop, you know, to calm their expectations. And I'm like, no one tell anyone how to support their team. No one should. You know, I don't say it about Lee Gunnar. I don't say it about anybody. You support your team however you want, as long as it makes you happy. That's all that matters to me. You know what I mean? I don't care. The only bit that really narks me is when they're outright lying. If they're outright lying about something, then yeah, I don't agree with it. But when Lee Gunnar says, "Oh, this and that," I'm like, yeah, because I understand what he's on about. It's like I know that him and Igawa fight over loads of stuff. I just find Igawa a little bit in cloud cuckoo land because he listens to everything that Arteta says and takes it all as gospel. I'm sorry, but it's not. This is how and it's not just Mikel that does it. They all do their fancy spin because at the end of the day, they're trying to keep their job. It's as simple as that. So yeah, it's mad. Yeah, 100%. Him showing up to their event, I reckon there is quite a lot of money involved in this personally. But yeah, I don't like it personally. Yeah, I don't. It doesn't sit comfortably with me at all. You know, it's run. You know, Arsenal Vision podcast. Yes, Clive and all that kind of stuff. But it just doesn't sit comfortably. I sincerely hope Arsenal win something next season. We've suffered enough. We haven't deserved to win anything, if I'm honest. So let's hope we actually do it next season. I'm definitely not going to feel like we're hard done by this season because I don't think we are. We've deserved nothing because we haven't put enough effort in. That goes for everybody, not just players but manager. We didn't do enough in the January window. We just didn't deserve it. So yeah. I beg we sign Rodrigo and Gyökeres, and top gooners have no excuses when Arteta. AFC always, you are 100% spot on. That is spot on. I don't want anyone having any excuses next season. I will be literally pulling people off that fence at the end of next season if we've won nothing. Because I've spoken to a lot of them already. And the ones that are still Arteta in will be Arteta out next season if it hasn't won anything, which is great. But I'm going to make sure they stay on that and they don't start changing or finding a new excuse. Maybe it's his shoes, maybe it's his hair, maybe it's his hair dye. Who knows? They'll come up with some excuses. Anyway, predictions. I have literally no idea. I do feel we're going to lose. I don't know why. I do feel we're going to lose today. I'm going to go with 2-1 to Newcastle. I'll be honest. I don't think we've got enough in us to do it. But yeah. Yep. Exactly, BX. You and AFC will always, and Temi are just making me smile this morning. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it, honestly. Because there is no much excuse. If we just draw at best is my guess. It's quite sad that that's how we're putting it. A draw at best. We should be beating them, but I don't think we've got enough in us because Newcastle have got more to play for than we have. Because in my eyes, we're going to beat Southampton next weekend, or at least worst case scenario, draw with them, and we'll win Champions League no matter what. That's their mentality. Obviously, Arsenal, majority of Arsenal fans want to win both games and secure second, job done. But if I see us not putting 100% in today, then we've definitely got the wrong man. And not only the wrong manager, but the wrong captain. Because they should be wanting to win both of these final games. So yeah, I'm going to go with Arsenal defeat. BX is going for a draw, so I'm just going to put draw. That will do. Don't need to predict one, a precise one, if I'm honest. But yeah, that is that. Thank you very much. I will be back later, obviously, because I will be doing the watch along, and the match reaction will be sometime later as well. But guys, I'm out of here. Speak to you later. Bye bye.